The film was also released during the month of Easter, which is also all about resurrection. That's how that's relevant. So for years, the Internet Movie Database has had this little tab of information called the trivia section. This is, of course, exactly what it sounds like. It's little tidbits about whatever movie you're looking at, little interesting things, like some actor was probably considered for some role or something. Anything like that. Just, you know what trivia is, right? You're smart, so yeah. And over the years, I really used to love this feature. I used to look at it all the time, every time I was watching a movie at home. My use of it has died out a bit ever since the forums went down, because that was really my favorite feature. Still a point of interest. I return to it pretty frequently, but not as much as I used to. I don't fucking live off of it anymore. But something that I came to love over those years of going on it pretty much daily was these little pieces of information that were not quite as strong as that of its peers. And that, my friends, is of course what I like to call pathetic IMDb trivia. Oftentimes somebody would add something to the IMDb trivia list and it was just clear that they were trying to make anything land. They were not anything informative, they were not really anything important, and I've just always found them so funny. So today I just wanted to list some out. I've got some compiled, some of my favorites here. I'm just going to say some of them. Here we go.
Scream 3.
Slipknot's Wait and Bleed is on the soundtrack. Slipknot is known for wearing masks, like the characters in Scream. Thus its inclusion in the trivia list. Because they wear masks, so it's the same, you know? They're on the soundtrack, they also wear masks. That's nothing, that's not anything.
Cold Pursuit.
The screen wife of Liam Neeson's character is named Grace. In the Taken series, the screen daughter of his character is played by somebody named Maggie Grace. They both have Grace in their name. Can you believe it?
How to Train Your Dragon 3.
The first poster was revealed on May 31, 2018. It shows Toothless face to face with a white Night Fury. That's just describing the poster.
The Greatest Showman.
Both Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron have played characters with the name Logan, with Jackman in the X-Men film franchise, obviously, and Efron in The Lucky One.
Carrie. Remake. 2013, shut up. I kind of like it.
This is the second time Chloe Grace Moretz has played a character named Carrie. The first was Carrie Fuller in Big Mama's House 2.
Would You Rather, 2012.
A character's name is Dr. Barden. Brittany Snow, the protagonist, also stars in the Pitch Perfect series, in which she attends Barden University. It's just little shit like this that just like, yeah, so something is kind of a slight coincidence, but it's not really like interesting stuff, and it's not really like that big a coincidence either. It's like the slightest correlation ever, and I just love that it's included in this list, because I'm pretty sure anybody can add to them. They bring me quite a lot of entertainment.
Avengers Endgame.
The first Avengers film in the MCU not to release in the same year as a film in Sony's Hotel Transylvania franchise. The first Avengers released in the same year as Hotel Transylvania, 2012. Avengers Age of Ultron released the same year as Hotel Transylvania, 2015. And Avengers Infinity War released in the same year as Hotel Transylvania 3, A Monster Vacation. Coincidence? I think yes! Definitely!
A Star Is Born.
Bradley Cooper also appears in Avengers Infinity War with Josh Brolin, whose stepmother, Barbra Streisand, played the female lead in the 1976 version of A Star Is Born. Famous people, actors kind of correlate. Wow.
La La Land.
This is the only scene in the movie where Ryan Gosling has to both sing and play piano. This one's maybe my favourite, because what scene? Are they watching the movie and adding to the list, and when they're up to the scene, they just assume everybody else knows or something?
Captain Marvel.
Annette Bening, Samuel L. Jackson, and Jude Law are all Academy Award nominees for acting. Yep. I mean, they got good actors. I'm sure that was on purpose. It's like, you can look that up. That's more just an interesting thing about some of these actors.
Hotel Artemis.
Zachary Quinto plays Jeff Goldblum's son in this film. And while they're unrelated in real life, they both do coincidentally originally hail from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Two actors from the same movie are in the same place. Can you believe that? I mean, imagine if they had to write that for every single actor in every movie, where they're like, this guy's from LA, so is this guy.
Shazam.
At one point in the film, John Glover as Mr. Sivana says the line, "Somebody save me." Glover used to play Lex Luthor's father, Lionel Luthor, on the TV series Smallville, whose opening theme song was "Somebody Save Me." Like, that's the most generic line to say ever. Like, that's a real stretch, if you're asking me.
Spider-Man.
Hang on, no. This one is my favorite. Willem Dafoe's last name sounds like The Foe, which is interesting, because he is the foe, brackets, villain in this film. Do you get it? His name sounds like the foe. That's some weak shit.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
The title is taken from Queen's biggest UK hit song, Bohemian Rhapsody, written by Freddie Mercury, the lead singer and pianist of the band. If you didn't know that, yeah, everybody fucking knows that's the title. It's their most popular song. That's the point. That's why they called it that.
The Avengers.
Tony Stark calls Thor Point Break. Hemsworth played Jed Eckert in Red Dawn, originally played by Patrick Swayze, who was also a star of Point Break.
Breaking Bad.
Walter White wears briefs, also known as tidy whities. That's either just a fact about underwear and the different names you can call them, or it's a slight fucking correlation between his name Walter White. I'm sure that's what they were going for. And man, it's not a good one.
Avengers Endgame.
This was the first MCU film to feature both the Hulk and Ant-Man. Paul Rudd previously appeared in I Love You Man, which also featured the original Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Ant-Man also featured a cameo by Garrett Morris, who played Ant-Man in a Saturday Night Live sketch that also featured John Belushi as the Hulk. Sure, this one's maybe a little bit stronger than the others. Still.
Thor Ragnarok.
When she first appears, Hela summons a sword in her left hand and tells Thor and Loki to kneel. Thor then throws his hammer at her and she catches it with her right hand and destroys it. After that, her sword disappears as she uses both hands to make her crown appear, then causes two swords to appear, one in each hand. That's just describing a scene. Am I missing something there? Maybe I'm missing something that's more intelligent or something there. Is there some sort of clever little pattern there or some shit? I don't know. She uses both hands for some things in a scene. Cool.
Thor Ragnarok.
Jeff Goldblum starred with Chris Hemsworth's brother Liam in Independence Day Resurgence. For one, shit movie. For two, yep, actors acting some things together. It's not a big deal.
Ben is back.
I like this one because this one is trying to sound like they're really trying to make this sound good. Like they're trying to really impress their English teacher or something with this one. Despite the cold polar, Lucas Hedges and Julia Roberts have maintained a warm relationship on the set. Julia Roberts looks forward to the professional and personal relationship she has developed with her partner. Does anybody care?
Aladdin. 2019.
Was released several months before the original's 27th anniversary. That's not a special number or anything. Yep, it had to come out some anniversary after, didn't it? In the same year as one of its anniversaries, if you're going to count the 27th. Like, nobody counts 27th anniversary. Nobody cares.
Rocket Man.
The film is named after the 1972 song of the same name. Here we go again. It's another fucking Bohemian Rhapsody situation.
The Godfather.
Marlon Brando lived 32 years, 14 weeks, and 1 day after the release of The Godfather. That's, again, is there some sort of correlation between... Is like 32 years, 14 weeks and 1 day referenced in The Godfather or something? If not, that's the only reason this should be a piece of trivia. He lived a certain amount of time before he died after the movie. You can say that about any actor that's ever died in anything. They died 7 years, 37 weeks after. Like... So? Does that number mean something? There's no coincidence there. There's no anything. It's just he died some amount of time after a movie came out.
Beauty and the Beast. 2017.
Beast tells Gaston, get out!
Get out!
Coincidentally, 26 years later, the horror/thriller film Get Out came out the same year as the remake Beauty and the Beast. Get out! That's not a special phrase. That's not a coincidence, really. Get out is a thing that everybody says all the time. I'm sure that's in a lot of movies. It's a common phrase.
Monsters Inc.
Though not her real name, Boo is named that by Sully due to her constantly saying boo. Yep, you watched the fucking movie. Congratulations. Yep, I knew that. I watched the movie. Not a piece of trivia. Unless just saying things that happen in the movie counts as a piece of trivia. In Spider-Man, he defeats the Green Goblin. What an interesting piece of trivia. In fucking Scream, Ghostface kills people. Whoa. Anyway. Yep, I'm getting a little too angry about this now. It was meant to be a funny thing. I'm making fun of people. I'm not meant to get mad, but it's just so dumb, some of it. Anyway, if you've got your own pathetic IMDb trivia examples, I'd love to hear them. If you like this, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. You know, everybody says this, including myself all the time. Blah, blah. Do all the things. And that's all. Enjoy your time away from watching my video until the next one. Or don't. I hope you don't. I hope you only enjoy your life when you're watching my videos. But I mean, if it was the case for somebody, I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. Anyway, that's all. I just keep going, don't I? But I'm done. Goodbye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.